नमस्कार. पोया प्रुडंट खबरो. भारत आणि रशियान 16 एमओयू केले सायन. मोठ्यो डिफेन्स कबलाती, गॅस पाइपलाइन आणि रेल्वे खातीर करार. आकांतवादा आड दोनूय देश खर. भारत आणि चीनाच्या टेररिझमाचेर चर्चा. टेररिझम हो दोनूय देशां खातीर महत्वाचो मुद्दो म्हण बसकेक चर्चा. प्रधानमंत्री आणि दक्षिण आफ्रिकेच्या राष्ट्रपतीची बसकाय पॉझिटिव्ह. ब्रिक्स आणि बिमस्टेकाचे उक्तावण आयतारा. बिमस्टेकांत 7 राज्यांचे पंतप्रधान वांटेकार. भरगच्च अजेंडा. ब्रिक्सांत जातले कितें? खासा रिपोर्ट. ब्रिक्साच्या फाटभुंयेर गोंयांत चीनाचो राष्ट्राध्यक्ष शी जिनपिंग. तिबेटनांकडच्यान निषेध. वास्को तिबेटींचे धरणे. मडगांवां तिबेटियन युथ काँग्रेसीच्या कार्यकर्त्यांक अटक. प्रुडंटाचो सर्वे आणि इंडिया टुडे एक्सिसच्या सर्वेत ट्रेंड एकसारखे. बदलिल्ल्या समीकरणा उपरांत प्रुडंटाचो येता मूड ऑफ द स्टेट सर्वे 2. साश्टीचो हेवीवेट चर्चिल आलेमांव आता एनसीपीच्या कॅम्पांत. जुजे फिलिप डिसुझान केली घोषणा. 17 ऑक्टोबराक बाणावले एनसीपीचे ऑफिस. आणि सेगीत 3 मॅची हारिल्ले एफसी गोवा आयतारा खेळटले एटलेटिको दी कोलकाताच्या घरा. झिको मुखार स्ट्रॅटेजिक चॅलेंज. भारत आणि रशिया दोगूय टेररिझम सोसून घेवपाचे नात अशें प्रधानमंत्री नरेंद्र मोदीन रशियाचे राष्ट्रपती पुतिनाबरोबर बसके उपरांत जॉयंट स्टेटमेंटात सांगले. रशिया टेररिझमा आड झुजतली अशें राष्ट्रपती पुतिनान स्पश्ट केला. भारत आणि रशियान 16 एमओयू सायन केल्यात. मोठ्यो डिफेन्स करार जाल्यात. गॅस पाइपलाइन आणि रेल्वे खातीर कबलाती जाल्यात.
द्रुग लुछे नोविक Duvak means an old friend is better than 2 new friends. 260 helicopters, constructions of frigates and acquisition and building of other defense platforms are in synergy with India's technology and security priority. The highly productive outcomes of our meeting clearly establish the special and privileged nature of our strategic partnership. They also lay the foundations for deeper defense and economic ties in years ahead. Russia's clear stand on the need to combat terrorism mirrors of our own. We deeply appreciate Russia's understanding and support of our actions to fight cross-border terrorism that threatens our entire region. We both affirm the need for zero tolerance in dealing with terrorists and their supporters. President Putin and I noted the similarity of our views on the situation in Afghanistan and turmoil in West Asia. We also agreed to work closely to respond to the challenges posed by the unsettled nature of the global economic and financial markets. Ties are on the upswing, and with President Putin's backing, we hope to fast-track India's association with Eurasian Economic Union Free Trade Agreement. With dedication of Kudankulam 2 and laying of foundation concrete of Kudankulam 3 and 4, we saw the tangible results of India-Russia cooperation in the field of civil nuclear energy. Chapters in a long history of strong and diverse defense partnership that both sides can take much pride in it.
Господин премьер-министр говорил о дружбе между нашими странами, которая сложилась в течение многих-многих лет. Мы намерены и дальше идти именно по этому пути.
Military and military technical cooperation is improving. Russia is not only supplying military equipment and ordnance, but also is opening joint production of the most modern military equipment. For example, Su fighter jets, tanks, and anti-ship missiles BrahMos. We have plans to have in Indian production of multi-target helicopters K-2026 and frigates. We're going to improve humanitarian ties. Previous year there was a festival of Indian culture, and this year vice versa. Russian enterprises are showing great interest to Indian initiative Make in India. There are negotiations going on about licensed production of civil aircraft, Sukhoi Superjet 100, as well as about joint development of regional passenger aircraft.
This concludes the joint press briefing. Thank you all.
भारताचे प्रधानमंत्री आणि चीनाचे पंतप्रधानाच्या बसकेत टेररिझम हो मुख्य विषय चर्चेक आयलो. दोनूय देशांनी टेररिझमाचो जाता तितलो चड फावटी विचारात हाडपाचें थारायलां. NSG मेंबरशिपाचेरय चर्चा जाल्या. दुसऱ्या बसकेत दक्षिण आफ्रिकेच्या राष्ट्रपतीन भारताबरोबर संबंध घट्ट करपाचेर भर दिलो.
Our Ambassador to China, Ambassador Vijay Gokhale, our High Commissioner to South Africa, Ambassador Ruchi Ghanshyam, President Xi Jinping began with Prime Minister thanking him for the warmth with which he had been received recently in Hangzhou for the G20 summit. Thereafter, they reviewed the bilateral relationship and its various dimensions. They noted that investment and economic cooperation had registered a significant increase in the recent period. People-to-people exchanges had also intensified. Both sides recognized terrorism as a key issue. President Xi said that we should strengthen our security dialogue and our partnership. Prime Minister Modi said that both India and China had been victims of terrorism, which was a scourge afflicting the entire region. Afghanistan was suffering from it, as also Myanmar. President Xi had just returned from Bangladesh, which had also suffered from a horrific terrorist attack recently. Prime Minister said that today no country is immune from terrorism. Hence, this is an issue on which we cannot afford to have any differences. In particular, Prime Minister said India and China must increase their coordination in the context of the United Nations 1267 Committee and look for common ground. Prime Minister also called for the development of a long-term roadmap which would be beneficial not just for India and China, but to all countries. President Xi agreed that terrorism and violent extremism were on the increase. He alluded to the threat from ISIL, and he said that India and China must step up their counter-terrorism efforts. President Xi said that we must maintain our strategic communication and dialogue on this subject. He called also for increased cooperation in areas such as railways, industrial parks, vocational and skill training, space, aviation, and ICT. Prime Minister commended South Africa for the tremendous contribution it had made to the BRICS grouping. President Zuma said that on the bilateral side, we needed to expand our cooperation in areas such as renewable energy, higher education. He also called for simplification of the visa regime between the two countries. Prime Minister thanked President Zuma for the statement that he had issued post the terrorist attack in Uri. India, he said, greatly appreciated the solidarity that South Africa had shown on this very important subject. Terrorism, he said, is a global phenomenon and it needs global action. In this context, He called for strengthened cooperation between India and China in United Nations Security Council fora dealing with terrorism, such as the 1267 Committee. He also called for working for the early adoption of the Comprehensive Convention on International Terrorism, which, as you know, was proposed by India way back in 1996. Prime Minister also thanked President Zuma for South Africa's support to India's bid for membership of the Nuclear Suppliers Group and hoped that South Africa would continue to extend the support as our discussions continue on this subject.
आयतारा ब्रिक्स संमेलनाच्या उक्तावणाचो दीस फाल्यां बिमस्टेक आनी ब्रिक्स अश्यो दोन समीट जावपाची. ब्रिक्स ताज एक्झॉटिकांत जाल्यार बिमस्टेक लीला हॉटेलांत जातले. बिमस्टेकांत 7 देश वांटेकार जावपाचे. वट्ट 11 देशांचे राष्ट्रप्रमुख सध्या गोंयांत आसात.
आयतारा ब्रिक्साचें उक्तावण ताज एक्झॉटिकांत सकाळीं जातलें. अख्खो दीस कार्यावळींनी भरलेलो आसा. आयतारचो ब्रिक्साचो शेड्यूल. ब्रिक्स कार्यावळीचे उक्तावणाचो सुवाळो ताज एक्झॉटिकांत. ब्रिक्साच्या फुडाऱ्यांचो ग्रूप फोटो. त्या उपरांत ब्रिक्साच्या फुडाऱ्यांचें सेशन. ब्रिक्साच्या लिडरांची बिझनस कावन्सिला बरोबर बसका ताज एक्झॉटिकांत. ब्रिक्साच्या फुडाऱ्यांची प्लॅनरी सेशन. ते उपरांत सायनिंग सेरेमनी. ब्रिक्साच्या लिडरांची प्रेस स्टेटमेंट ताज एक्झॉटिकांत. भारत आनी बिमस्टेक लिडरांची रिट्रीट हॉटेल लीलांत. ब्रिक्स आनी बिमस्टेक लिडरांचो ग्रूप फोटो हॉटेल लीलांत. ब्रिक्स आनी बिमस्टेकांच्या लिडरांची मिटींग. ब्रिक्स आनी बिमस्टेक लिडरांक डिनर हॉटेल लीलांत. ते उपरांत द्विपक्षीय मिटींग. बिमस्टेक समिटाक 7 देश वांटेकार जातले. बांगलादेश, भूतान, भारत, म्यानमार, नेपाळ, श्रीलंका, अफगाणिस्तान, मालदीव्स आनी थायलँड. ब्युरो रिपोर्ट प्रुडंट.
घेऊया एक ब्रेक.